Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 25. Today is episode 12, right? 12? Yeah, episode 12. I am thrilled with how things are going so far in this series, guys. You guys have been giving me lots of great feedback, which we have a few things that we are going to discuss today. But first things first, we have $84,000 in the bank. We are in the month of October, so there's not a lot going on. But Field 10 behind us here is ready for harvest. Now, we don't own this field, but we can do a harvest contract here. It's going to take a while. It is a very, very large field. It is going to need to move 102,000 liters of corn, but we can keep 10,000 liters. So our projected cost is about $23,000, and I've been wanting to pick up a corn header because at some point down the line we might want to get into this. So what I'm thinking is that we pick ourselves up a corn header, and in the market here for this, there are a couple options that we have that'll fit onto our Massey. I've done this a little bit of testing. It looks like this one or this one will fit on here, but this one here doesn't require a header trailer. I can drive around the map without a header trailer, which would be really nice. For an extra $10,000, it's only going to cost us about $40,000 with that contract that we're going to do. So it kind of eats into the profits a little bit, but I'm not overly concerned about that. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this guy up, because I think this is just going to be a great option for us, and I'm hoping that I can just kind of pick it up with the telehandler at the shop, and I won't have to drag the Massey all the way over to the garage. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to pick this up so that we can accept that contract, and I think there might even be more contracts that pop up throughout the day, possibly. So I am kind of hoping that we're going to be able to do maybe a couple of contracts with this new header today. Corn is definitely something I see us getting into down the line, not right away, but this is definitely something I'd like to explore. And as I haven't done a lot with like sunflowers or corn in the past, so can I pick this thing up? Oh, I can. All right, perfect. So I'm going to grab the pickup truck and the gooseneck trailer, and I'm going to get on over here to the shop, and then we are going to go and pick that thing up, start our contract over on Field 10 here, which is going to take a lot of work, might I add. I may actually look into leasing a bigger tipper trailer for maybe the Puma to haul around for this mission that we got going on here. And yeah, so I'm gonna do that. And actually, while I'm working on this contract, just so you guys know, while this is happening, I am following the Artemis 2 mission, the mission where they are doing a quick flyby of the moon. Today is, I guess, day 5 of the mission, and I am watching it very closely as I'm quite interested in space exploration. I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, if you guys are interested, I hope you guys got to watch some of that, or are watching it while I'm watching this and working on recording today's episode. But yeah, so while I'm getting this contract done, I'm going to be watching all the stuff that's happening on Artemis 2, and I will bring you guys back once this contract is done, and maybe if we can get a couple more contracts done. So I'm going to go ahead, get busy, spend a couple hours getting some contracts done, get ourselves some money going, and then I have some big plans for our sheep come the new year. Alright, so we got that harvest done. We've completed that. If we go ahead and look at this contract, I don't think I've completed it yet. $18,900. We're going to go ahead and collect that because we are quite broke. Brings us up to $33,000. Now, we did walk away with an extra 15,000 liters of corn, so we did really, really well. Obviously, we got almost 40,000 liters of wheat, and we still have 2,000 liters of canola. So all in all, we're actually doing quite well. This stuff is still not ready. So we're going to go ahead. I think we're going to jump ahead to the month of December, because I think December is supposed to be around peak time for our wheat harvest. So we're going to go ahead, jump ahead a month. I believe everything else around the farm is good. The sheep are good. The fields are ready to go. All of our contracts are completed, so I think we're pretty much ready to move ahead to the next month. So I'm going to jump ahead. We're going to go for a little nap, and then hopefully next month we'll be able to do our wheat sale, and then we'll be able to keep on doing. Actually, I didn't check the greenhouse. How are the greenhouses doing? Yeah, they're okay. We'll go ahead and have a quick nap. Okay, it is wheat selling time. It is December. It is time for us to go ahead and sell this stuff. See how much money we're going to get. Approximate value, probably around $40,000. It seems is what we're going to get for all this stuff. But we're gonna find out. So hopefully that's the case. If we get 40,000, that puts us over 80. By the time next year rolls around and our wool sale time happens. Actually, we do have to check to see when is corn at its best price. I think it's a kind of a weird timing. January is actually probably the best time for it. Peak season is 8:37, but we're going to get pretty close, I think, next month. So we'll have to see. Let's go ahead, get our second trailer loaded up here. We're only going to have a few thousand liters left of wheat afterwards. That's okay. I'm wondering if I should actually keep that, and then maybe we can get into doing some chickens. That would actually be a decent start for us, but you know what? We'll leave it for now. We can definitely do some chicken farming possibly in the future, but right now might not be the best time to do that. So we're going to go ahead, finish getting this loaded up, and then we'll head on over to the farmer's market just around the corner to sell this stuff. Alright, so this is our first true harvest that we're doing here, or first harvest sale that we're doing, and this tractor is struggling to haul all of this. It's a little bit of weight. Yeah, so let's see how much money we're going to get. We'll kind of be able to gauge, obviously, by our first trailer load here, but yeah, I'm going to try and get this thing up the hill. It's struggling a little bit. It's a lot of weight. Probably do need to look into buying ourselves a bigger tractor. If we go ahead and go here... Gonna go ahead and dump. Actually, we don't really want the grain nor. If we do that, there we go. Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead, unload the first one. Let's see how we do. All right, well that's not too bad. That's actually almost about $15,000, right? Yeah. Wait, that's it? Only 15,000. I thought we were gonna get more than that. But I guess I was wrong. Oh, I did the wrong thing again. There we go. No, it's still not doing it. Why is it not changing the dump aspect? There we go. It'll dump faster if we do it this way. Okay, let's try this one more time. Let's see how much we get for all our wheat. Well, it seems that we got a little bit less for that one, too. That's kind of strange. I wonder why that is. Maybe just... if the more you sell at a certain location, the less you get. But that didn't get me as far as I was hoping it was going to get me. We still have a few thousand liters left to sell, so we'll go ahead, we'll grab that real quick, we'll sell off that stuff, and then we'll have to take a look at our final count to see how much money we made. Alrighty, so with that sale, we made $32,755. Not the best harvest I think I've ever gotten from wheat, but I guess that's really all we can ask for. Now, I've got this trailer here loaded up with our corn because January is the selling month for that. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to skip ahead, do a little sleepover into January. We'll go sell the corn, and then our silage we should probably also be able to sell in January, and we'll see where that puts us at the beginning of the year, and then we will just keep on carrying on, guys. We're in a motion now. Let's just keep the party rolling. Okay, everyone, as you guys saw, I sold off all of our corn, I sold off all of our silage, and we did so well. So, in corn, we made $14,896, and that is on top of the additional $18,912 that we made off of the contract. So we actually did really well, and considering that we bought that header for about $63,000 or $65,000, we really didn't lose that much money. It pretty much paid for over half of it just by doing that contract, which is amazing. On our corn, so that was our corn's harvest. On our silage sales, we made $95,000, $95,022. So again, our silage is still a very good moneymaker, and that is just a normal harvest. So we're pretty much, every harvest cracking almost $100,000 on our harvest. So for a combined total between the corn and the silage this month, we made $109,918. $15. Wow. And as you can see, we're back into the $200,000 range, which is exactly where I wanted to be. Now, a couple things are going on. We obviously need to think about what's happening over the next couple of months. So if we go ahead and we look at our growth calendar in July, we are going to be selling our canola, or sorry, harvesting our canola, and then it sells sometime. When does canola sell? Canola sells best, seems like in December. So December is when we'll be selling, but obviously that is a long ways away. Our next sale that's coming up, though, is going to be our wool. Now, I got a suggestion to do some productions in a recent video, and I wasn't going to at first, because originally my original plan was to buy this lot of land here, but as you can see, it is very, very expensive. So I think we're going to hold off on that. And our other option is, our farm is right here, and the spinnery is only just over here. I'm thinking of buying this, because if we go ahead and look at the buy price, it's only 180 grand. Now, my first question, though, is how is it worth it for me to do the spinnery right now? I'm thinking, obviously, yes, because if we look, it generates fabric, and fabric sells for a lot more than wool. And it seems that our sell time is in April. January, February, March, April. Yeah, so if we were to buy the spinnery today, we might get a couple of pallets before April or May when we can sell. And then if we have any excess wool, we can still sell our excess wool, I believe, in April as well. Yeah, so we can sell any excess wool that doesn't fit into our spinnery in the month of April, and then sell all the wool, sell whatever fabric, and see what we make. It's going to be, we're definitely not going to make as much money this year, but next year we'll be making a ton of money. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead right now. We're just going to do it. We're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to buy the spinnery, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to load all the wool that we have right now into the spinnery, see how much we have. So I'm going to go ahead, buy this. We're pulling the trigger on this, and I'm going to go ahead and load all of our wool over into the spinnery. All right, we are at the spinnery. Now, this loading point is not ideal. Let's see if we can get all of this in here. I don't know how well this is going to work. Is it going to make it all? It is. Okay. How much did that fill our spinnery anyways? If we take a look, it holds 45,000, so I can bring another 3,000 liters over, but I'll probably just load the trailer up, maybe just leave the truck and trailer here until the month of April so that we can top it up and then load up any additional fabric that it's popped out since then so we can sell. So I'm going to go ahead, load up the rest of the wool onto here, and then we will jump ahead to the month of April. Okay, so we're in April. I did get the March cut done on the grass fields as well. I've gone ahead, I've topped up the spinnery, so the spinnery is completely full. We've got 3 skids of fabric, which is great, and we've still got 21,000 liters of wool to sell as well. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to drive on over to the farmer's market, see how much money we're going to make. I'm hoping it's a decent amount. We have about $30,000 worth of fabric just from these 3 skids. They're almost like $10,000 a piece. And then obviously with the 21,000 in wool, I'm kind of hoping we're going to get about 40 to 50K there between the sale of itself and the environmental bonuses. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to meet you guys over at the farmer's market, and we're going to see how much money we're going to walk away with. Alrighty, let's see how much we are going to get from this sale. Wow. Okay, that was incredible. We just made $113,075. That is crazy. Okay, so we're back up to $160,000 just like that. I apologize for the texture loading right now. I'm really not sure what's going on. The textures are acting real funny today. But wow, that is insane. Okay, $160,000 in the bank. We have our spinnery fully operational. I did actually forget to mention that I did kind of screw up in the month of January. I jumped from January to February, and I forgot to activate the actual spinnery and turn it on. So we now have $160,000 in the bank. What can we do with that? 160 grand.
I don't know what I want to do with that. That's that's a lot of money. Now, I was looking in the market earlier, and I think it's gone now. Yeah, it is. This is an okay tractor, excuse me, but there was a telehandler that I was looking at before, and I wish that it was still on sale, because a telehandler, I think, is kind of where I'd like to get. Having the tractor with the front loaders is okay, but like if you look here and like I think it was this one that was for sale, and it was like only like $64,000 for the sale price that it had. So like this thing would have been great to just have around the farm. Like these things are fantastic little machines, great for just moving around product and just overall like unloading pallets into storages and stuff like that. I think that'd be great. I do really like this one. I think this one's kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of a wheel loader because it's kind of got that center. It's in the center instead of the arm being off to the side. I'd really like to get this one, I think, down the line. And this thing weighs 12.4 tons, so it can lift quite a bit too because it's got the weight to do that, and it's centered, which is really cool. But we'll wait to see if a telehandler comes on sale. I don't really know what else I want to do right now. We're in the month of April. I guess that's pretty much it for right now. Our sheep have gone through the hay bales that I put in there last month. Okay, we're definitely gonna need to restock on or the grass bales. I mean, I guess next month, or actually in June. When is harvest? Is harvest June? Harvest is July. Okay, so we're gonna have to jump ahead to June, where we need to do our grass cut. We're going to need to do all of our baling. Oh, nah, we don't have enough money to do that. That's unfortunate. I wonder if we'll have enough money for the September cut. I will get to that a little bit later. We're going to go ahead and jump to June. We're going to do our silage cut. We're going to do our baling. We're going to get everything ready to go. And then hopefully for the September cut, I've got an idea on where I'd like things to end up. So I'm going to go ahead, get to work. There's a lot that needs to be done around here in the month of June. And hopefully we have enough money to get everything done that I've got planned. But it's going to be a lot of work, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and give these guys a couple more bales. And then I'm going to jump ahead and get started on that stuff, and I'll give you guys a nice little time lapse because, you know, it's always nice to get that time lapse in the episode. Alright guys, we have got our silage all baled up and ready to go. So we now are in the month of July, and if you guys can see in the distance, our field is ready for harvest. So I've also done a little bit of work over here, spent a little bit of money. I think I've done this right. I'm really hoping all of this works. I have kind of locked this thing in place so it's not going to shift anymore by putting that light pole there. And then I've kind of built this platform for the PTO and the auger to stand on. And then I'm hoping that these wheels won't move anymore now that I've got these barrels here. We're going to test that out. I've already tested to make sure I can back up to this fill point easily enough. I can, so that's not an issue. Some of the placeables are a little funky, and trying to get the terrain to work was a little weird, but I think I've got this all kind of set up the way that I want it now for the time being. I wish that I could like kind of ramp this up, but with the way the sculpting works in this game, it's a little weird. So for the time being, this is just how it's gonna be. I think that it works quite well. I think we'll be okay. I don't think it's gonna cause any issues. The point is that the auger fill system actually works now, and the this thing over here isn't going to shift around anymore. Done a little bit of decorative. I also added a turnaround road up here as well, because before I was just kind of having to go all the way around. So now we've kind of got this little driveway that we can kind of go around the back of the building with when we're out here trying to bring our grain wagons around. So we're going to see how well that works. So pretty much, guys, it's time to go jump into the harvester, and we're going to go ahead and harvest our canola and see how our first yield of canola does. I've got the tractors all set up ready for hauling grain, so we're just going to go ahead and get into the old Massey and get on started over at the canola field. Alrighty, buddy, we got our canola harvest finished for this year, and so we walked away with around 30,000 liters of canola, which is an alright start. I mean, it's still not that much money in the grand scheme of things. I think roughly it might make us just over $40,000 off of that one harvest. Again, not great, not horrible, more than the wheat, but not as much as I'm hoping for. But we got that coming our way in the month of November. But obviously now that the field has been harvested, we need to obviously prep it for another planting of canola. And for us to do that, we're going to need a cultivator, and we currently don't possess one. So the plan that I have is we're going to sell this guy here because
the unit that I'm going to get is going to do both. So if we go ahead, take a look in the store, we're going to be spending a good chunk of change here. I'm not sure if I should be doing this or if I should be doing it another way. Like there's these cedars here, and you know, this one, this one doesn't have it. That one has it. That doesn't have it. This one has it. That's 116k. So that's a direct drill. There are no other direct drills that are actually like a decent size. These things are just tiny and they take forever to plant, like 4 meters at a time. And even the price tag on that, like this is 58,000, whereas I can go over into cultivators, I can go into the horse, I can add the cedar unit for 4,000. We'll get rid of all the fancy designs and just go down to the basics like this. So we're going to go ahead and buy this. And then we also are going to need to get one of these. I mean, we don't particularly need this one exactly, but I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll get the cool or whatever it is, this one here instead. We'll get the front weight on it as well, another 18.5. It's a really great offset for that unit. But yeah, actually, you know what? We can get it. Why not? So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and buy this one. So as you can see, we're down to 100k. This is a lot lower than where I was planning to be at this time of year. So, plus with like what I have planned coming up. So, I'm going to go ahead, drive this thing on over to the garage, hook up to our new cedar unit, get this guy out working on the fields, and then I'll show you guys kind of what I got going on after this. Okay, so we're in the month of August now. I've got our planter out working on the field. As you can see, we have quite a number of weeds growing around here, so I'm not sure what the field state's going to be like afterwards, because we're going to have to do rolling, probably going to have to do some herbicide. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. We're definitely going to need to go do some herbicides. So, weed large. What? Weed small. Weed large. Oh. Okay, we definitely have some work to do then. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, let this guy do his thing. Once he's done, we will get our herbicide sprayer out here. But until then, we have a whole bunch of stuff to do over at the farm. I have big plans. I don't know if we have enough money to do it, but we're going to go take a look, and if we have to, we'll have to sell some stuff. But there is a lot of stuff that we are going to be selling to make some upgrades around here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go take a look to see if I can move everything over to the garage that we're going to sell. And then I'll show you guys the full plan once I have got everything over at the garage. Okay, so this is all the equipment that we're selling, guys. We're getting rid of a lot of stuff right now. We're going to see how this goes. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to sell all of this stuff. And I'm going to kind of leave you guys in the dark here, actually, I think, a little bit, too, just to kind of keep the suspense going. So if I just start selling all these, a lot of this stuff's fairly new, fairly good shape. Like this, I can't believe we've had that for 53 months. Same thing with this, 68 months. That's incredible. Wow. I didn't realize how long I've had some of these. 26 operating hours. Well, this is probably more accurate. I think I bought this one used. So if we go ahead and sell this guy, and we go ahead and sell this guy, puts it at 190k. So we're still a little bit short. Now, did I claim? I didn't. Okay, I also did a mowing contract, so we'll collect that. That puts us at 200k. Okay, so this is where things are going to get a little interesting, guys. I got to see if there's some other contracts we can do, particularly with the harvester. We need to get some extra stuff, so I think I'm going to go ahead and look into doing some of these. I think a couple of these are decent. This one we can definitely do. So we'll get our harvester down here, and we'll get this harvester working here. 30,000 liters, we can definitely do that, no problems. And it's going to the farmer's market, which means we can deliver right there afterwards. And then there's an oat harvest, which is going kind of up by our farm too. Where'd it go? Oat harvest, this guy here. Oat harvest, 4,800 liters, we get to keep 500 liters. Probably just sell it all, because if we look at prices, if we go ahead and look at oats, it's actually at the worst it's at right now. Okay, maybe we could hold on to it. And then the other one was wheat, which is later in the season as well, December as well. So I'm going to go ahead get a couple of contracts going so that you guys can get a little bit of context as to what's going on. All right, I have completed a whole whack of contracts. So let's go ahead and take a look, see what we got. We did 5 contracts. Lots of them. I did a spraying contract over on field 10. I really need to install the additional part for our sprayer system, or we need to get a new sprayer or something, because we used a lot of herbicide when we shouldn't have. Did a plowing contract over here on field 3, did a mowing contract on 76, and then we did those 2 harvest contracts. We came away with like 1,000 liters of oat and 3,000 liters of wheat, and we're going to hold on to that because I'd like to use those for chickens. So I don't think it's going to get us a lot, but I'm hoping that, you know, that amount for maybe like 30 chickens or so in like one of the chicken coops should be good enough for us for a while, I think. We'll have to see how things go. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to collect all of these, which puts us up at $229,000. Our silage is ready to sell, so let's see if this gets us to where we need. I think I need approximately, realistically, I need $300,000, but $360,000 will get me everything that I want comfortably. But we'll go see. We're going to go ahead. We're going to do a few loads of silage delivery, and you guys will see if we have enough money. So let's go ahead and do a few sales. Okay, so we hit our target of $364,000 after doing all the sales, which means that we hit the target that we need for the next plan or next phase of what I got planned for us, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. But we're out of time for today. So I'm going to leave you guys with a cliffhanger, and you guys are going to have to wait until next episode to see what we're going to be spending pretty much every single dime we have on. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more, and stay tuned for the next episode.